Faye whirls and throws her tomahawk. She has a tomahawk! What the fuck? Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? And if my mic's a bit loud, I'm sorry, I just finally got it to work. But today we're actually going to go through Zhao Hui. I don't want to sound Zhao Hui or Zhao Hui. I don't want to try a lot. Event called Echo of Dawn. Now, if you were wondering, why am I doing this event? Well, I have a lot of other events saved up on my backlog. I have not uploaded them yet because it's long. The gameplay is long. There's a lot of footage. I had to go through all of them. I had to take out the fight scenes and go towards the specific ones. All right. But we're gonna go through our event because if there are people that are out there, there was a event. There was a live stream for Girls Frontline that involves Perry, and that showed that Perry and Springfield are coming out within the same time. That they're releasing another big event, which is huge, by the way, because I thought we're not going to get Perry for a while, but apparently we're going to get her soon. I thought we were going to get the other ones before them. So it's huge, all right. So right now we're going to go through Echoes of Dawn, and we're going to go through the event, and it sucks that it has to be a dialogue event. I hate dialogue events because I have to speak. Get down my water though, so we're good. Let's go. I put on auto. Okay. I'll probably do this. With a deafening screech, the doors burst to the intercontinental train car slowly grind open. A green-tinted figure rides the flow of the crowd into the cabin and quickly strides over to her cramped window seat. I'm really thirsty right now. Oh, hello. I'm on the train. I'll be back once the request is complete. Diane will manage the squad's affairs while I'm away. I would also urge everyone to rationally consider my proposal. Whose? After sending that message to the squad's group chat, Zhao Hui puts down her comm terminal and turns her gaze outside the train window. Okay. I don't even know what to do. Somewhere in a place where she cannot see, a gigantic MBV is encamped in the wilderness, over 10 kilometers away from the supply station. Honestly, I got used to the metric system, so it's like, okay, that's not that. She can see it, but then it's a big ass thing. Just then, metal shutters close over the armored glass windows of the cabin, obscuring everything from view. Oh my goodness, don't look at me like that. With nothing to look at, Zhao Hui shifts her gaze to look inside the cabin. More and more people file into the cabin, filling up the seats around her. Soon, there's a loud whistling as the fully loaded train lurches into motion, gradually picking up speed as it pulls out this tiny supply station. And also, away from the Elmo. So why are we doing this? Oh, okay. Backstory. Sick. Context. 1 week ago, aboard the Elmo. The Elmo has set off once again, and after the mission to render emergency assistance to 404, heading toward Lviv to keep our promise of Kalina. Oh. Ever since we got caught up in this crazy commission, masterminds hidden within the shadows have gradually come to the fore. As a result, the agreement that has bound for me for 10 years has begun to lapse. And big number of dolls who just happen to return to the Elmo has grown as well. Oh please, bro! I want to see Suomi be so happy and hug everyone. While meeting old friends again is always a joyous occasion, it does lead to some awkward moments at times. Tell me about it. For instance, a herd of Opshares in a place like this. That does seem to be the case. What should we do about them, Commander? Shit. 3 minutes ago, I was chatting idly with the others when I got report from Mailing. The MO encountered a herd of Opshares while cruising across the landscape. I reflexively began He began issuing orders to the dolls around me in order to get us into action quickly and minimize damage to the MVV's undercarriage. My god. My man's back at my man just reunited with a good amount of his girls and instantly went into Griffin mode. That's insane. Seriously, Macchiato, guard the forward engine. Monsoon squad will cover the rear. Diane, Yang Yu, Zhao Hui, flank from behind and pick off any AO shares that approach. Zhao Huao? Huh? Understood. Time to show my stuff. As I finish giving orders, the dolls reply in affirmative, one after another. The sole exception is the doll in green before me, stroking her knife as she quirks up an eyebrow. Am I a part of this operation too? Did he say? I'm pretty sure he said your name. Hold up. Where is he? Yeah, you're in there too. He said your name. What the fuck? I smile sheepishly as I look at her. Well, am I? After realizing what I've done, I look at Zhao Hui, and a embarrassed smile fades from my face. During the years I left Griffin, Diane, Jiang Yu, and C775, who hasn't arrived in time to meet me, found each other in the contamination zones, and started traveling together, and eventually formed a band. Okay, that's fucked up. Band Tactical Squad. The Monsoon Squad. When Diane Jiang Yu came to my aid, Zhao Hui. Oh. The leader of the Monsoon Squad accompanied them without complaint. Strictly speaking, however, she and her squad are not part of the ammo. As such, I have no authority over her or any right to give her orders. I'm sorry. Started barking orders without realizing it. I didn't seek your opinion on the matter. Still, this is something of an emergency, so would you mind if I borrowed 2 of your members for the time being? Naturally, if you were willing to help out too. I don't mind at all. As the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. What the heck, girl? That said, Monsoon has not conducted many joint operations with other tactical units in the past, so we're not really used to it. You haven't! Those two have! What do you mean you're not used to it? Just stay on the Elmos for a few more days and you'll be right at home. Jiang Yu walks over and with a cheerful smile on her face. I pat Zhao Hui on the shoulder. The commander's super trustworthy, you know. When it comes to fighting, just leave everything to him. Shit, well I guess that shows how skillful he was before he left. Right, let's go then. Zhao Hui nods and says no more. She follows Jiang Yu and the others as they jog down the corridor. As I watch the eye-catching green silhouette shrink into the distance, I shake my head. Rosie hears me and approaches, tactical tablet in hand. Commander, should we hold a welcome party for Monsoon Squad? I just checked. We should have some decorations left over in the storeroom. Oh shoot! Decorations? Hell yeah. No, let's leave the welcome party for later. We still don't know what Monsoon thinks about all this. And CZ75 isn't with them either. It'll be very awkward if they end up declining our offer. Okay, who the hell? Okay, who are you? In that case, what if we have Monsoon put on a guerrilla performance? They just finished an emergency reinforcement mission, so that having them put on a show would be a way for them to relax. You can use this as an opportunity to have a good chat with the rest of them too. That does sound like it's worth a try. Can you help me make arrangements, Groza? Ugh. Just leave it to me. Oh yes, Commander, there's one more thing. Yo. She hands me a tablet and shows me a new email from. Oh shit. What's wrong? Investigate unusual Varieger activity. Brief sure knows how to saddle me with more work. Can we not take this one? We barely just scraped together these few days of free time. Fair, actually. But Commander, the payout for this commission is the biggest we recently got. And besides, Brief hands out commissions based on the contractor's previous performance. Let me guess, we're in the red again. More perceptive, Commander. We spent a lot on the operation to assist 404, and now we have more people on the Elmo. May we may have to throw ourselves on Miss Kathleen's mercy when we arrive in Viv. Haha. At this rate, it'll be a mercy if we actually make it to the Viv in the first place. Take care of this commission too. We'll head out once Monsoon Squad does their show. Understood. 2 days ago, on the MO. The lounge is packed with people even though it's close to midnight. Monsoon's first Gorilla Live has just ended in a resounding success. Oh god. Marvelous. Your dancing was magical, Jian. I thought Miss Diane's guzzling music was moving too. I prefer Miss Zhao Hua's Shuana accompaniment. Ugh, I can't speak. Ah! The solo near the end was quite stirring. Upon hearing people's praise, Yang Yu puffs her chest with a smug look on her face. Oh, of course you would. Like a freaking, you know what? Whew. How's that, Commander? I did well, didn't I? Yes, you did. My hands are actually sore from clapping. Brother. Too bad we couldn't do the complete show because Faye isn't here. If all of Monsoon were here, we had Faye to play the drums for us, we really bring the house down. Isn't that right, big sis? Zhao Hua? Jiang Yu merrily grabs Diane from one hand and Zhao Hua with the other, placing herself between them. Yes, I do hope Faye will be able to return soon. My dear sister's been rather listless while handing out the drums without Faye around to be her sparring partner. Every member of Monsoon is truly indispensable. Diane smiles and squishes Jiang Yu's cheek. In contrast, Zhao Hua puts his Swana away and suddenly takes a step away from the group. That would depend on the circumstances. At times, removing an unnecessary cord improves the piece as a whole. What's that supposed to mean? Since when did Big Sis put unnecessary stuff into her work? There aren't any in Monsoon's compositions, but the same does not necessarily apply to others. Zhao Hua shoots at me I apologize? Huh? What do you mean others? You're just looking for a reason to slack off, aren't ya? Big Sis, see what she's doing? Jiang Yu pouts in annoyance, but Zhao Hua pays no further heed, merely nodding to me in acknowledgement before leaving the group entirely. Finds a quiet corner and begins looking at her communications terminal. The lounge is warmly lit and full of life, yet the screen figure seems to radiate an aura that deters others. Occasionally, curious dolls try to approach her, but in the end, they were driven off by Zhao Hua's cold intensity. I should take this opportunity to talk with Zhao. After making up my mind, I'll begin heading toward her. However, right as I do, Zhao Hua suddenly puts her terminal away and approaches me instead. Commander, are you free? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. Oh. Of course. In fact, I was about to speak with you. Zhao raises an eyebrow, surprise. I'll get right to it then. Commander, I would like to leave the Elmo for a while. Oh shit. Pardon? Please, don't get me wrong. It's purely a personal matter. A friend of mine needs my help with a commission, and I think it's a good chance to consider the future for you, me, and Monsoon. Zhao's words take me completely by surprise. Still, she has a point. There's a good chance for her to take some time and consider the future of Monsoon. By all means, I have no objections to that. Thank you, Commander. That's all I have to say. So you want to speak to me first? All the words I had seemed to lose all meaning in the face of Zhao's calm expression. Oh well, perhaps now's the right time. It's nothing. We can talk about it when you get back. Since you're heading out, should you talk to your teammates about it? After giving up the idea of an in-depth conversation with Zhao, I nod to her and leave the lounge. Zhao watches Commander leave. Oh shit, okay, I guess the perspective change. I didn't know that. Okay. Zhao watches the Commander leave. and she turns her gaze to Jiang and Diane, who are in the middle of a throng of dolls. Should she interrupt this lively gathering now? Zhao wonders. However, Dai seems to sense Zhao is looking at her, and she soon exits the group to approach the ladder. Zhao, what were you talking about with the commander just now? He was just saying hello. Was he? You seem rather subdued tonight for some reason. Are you still not used to this place? I apologize for not being considerate. It was my fault for asking you to come all the way out here with us. There was a worried look on Dai's face, as though she already knows what's weighing on Zhao's heart. However, Zhao dismisses it with a slight shake of her head. You don't have to apologize. We're a team, and it's only natural that we should travel together. Trusting you was also a collective decision, and Faye would have come too if she were able. Ugh, thank you. With that being said, would you like to meet some of my past friends? Groza mentioned she hoped tonight would help you get acquainted with everyone, but appears to have inconvenienced you instead. Zhao shakes her head again. There's no need for that. We still have a lot of time, and we don't have to rush things. After this roundabout refusal, the two of them briefly fall silent. Zhao once again glances toward the center of the lounge, where Jiang is happily discussing the finer points of her performance with several of the Elmo dolls in the space that was cleared out for their show. She contemplates her words for a moment and begins speaking again. What do you plan to do after this? Will you stay on the Elmo? What will you plan to... Zhao, are you saying you're not going to stay with us? I'm simply unsure as to whether remaining here is the right choice. Monsoon ought to be like the wind, should we not? So nomads, okay. Constantly on the move, constantly setting out on new travels. At the very least, that was what I believed when I first agreed to become leader. Who made you leader, by the way? Zhao? Hey, big sis, Zhao, what's going on? You both look so serious. Let me in on it too. Oh boy. Upon seeing Dai and Zhao is whispering to each other, Zhang immediately excuses herself and scamps over, inserting herself between the two of them. Zhang, where... We are discussing Monsoon's future. Ugh. Zhao doesn't give Diane the chance to soften the blow. Ooh. If we remain at Elmo, will Monsoon still be Monsoon? I want to know what you and Faye would think about all this. Of course we will. Monsoon's the same anywhere we go, right? No, wait. Why are you talking about this all of a sudden? And why did you bring Faye into this? What are you getting at, Zhao? After her outburst, Jiang glances at Diane's frowning face, and understanding gradually dawns on her. Ah, wait. Are you saying you want to break up Monsoon? Jiang suddenly exclamation draws a few curious looks on the dolls nearby. Jiang grabs Zhao by the shoulder and starts shaking her, not daring to believe her ears. Zhao remains silent, neither nodding nor shaking her head. But why? Oh my god, look at her eyes. We're a team, aren't we? If you're a leader, you can't decide to break us up just like that. Yes, Zhao, if you're not used to the Elmo. Calm down and listen to me. I didn't say I was gonna break up Monsoon. Zhao calmly raises her terminal and shows it to the two of them. I might be the squad leader, but I've never once felt that Monsoon's fate is mine to decide. I know the Elmo and Commander have a place in your hearts, just as I know Monsoon has a place in ours. Therefore, what I put forward was merely a suggestion, one that requires Faye's involvement as well. Let me see. Jiang studies the terminal and finds the latest message in the squad's group chat. I would like to decide on the future of Monsoon's squad roster before I finish my commission. Huh? Wait, what commission? Did Monsoon get a new commission? No, not Monsoon, just me. I received a puzzle request from an old friend just now. Do you remember Amita? That sounds familiar. Ah, isn't that the broker? Isn't that broker a friend of yours who saved you and helped fix up your frame? Indeed. She asked me to help bodyguard a friend of hers. I checked the location on the commission, and it's located in a nearby city, a few hours away by train. Ha! Huh? So you're gonna run off by yourself to handle commission, leaving us here too? To what? Decide whenever you're staying or not or going? Zhao, do we need to even talk about this? Yang! Oh. Of course you do. Monzo has never encountered a situation like this before, and I believe that we will need to take some time to think about it. In any case, I already spoken to the commander about leaving the Elmo for the time being. I see. So the exchange just now was... Did the commander agree to it? Zhao nods. Alright, I understand. Big sis! Oh, well. There she goes. Jiang tugs Diane's sleeve unhappily, but the latter merely nods. Seems she accepted Zhao's suggestion. In that case, how much time we will have to decide. Zhao turns to look at Diane. Her expression seems much more composed in contrast to Diane's worried look and Jiang's scowling face. Ew. Not too long. Commission will be 2 weeks long. I hope that when we meet again, we will make a decision of that none of us will regret. Oh shit. Wait, is this how we're... Wait, that's how we're starting? Jesus. That's crazy. So what the... Bro, what is this? Hold on, why am I fighting? Okay. Oh, this better be a good reason. Whew. Crisp sounds of footsteps echoes down the alley. Zhao follows the address displayed on her terminal and turns on a corner into yet another rundown alley. The already poor lighting appeared further by the tall, crumbling walls around her, making the cramped alley appear even more oppressive. Maraida and the Talia trope really located here? Zhao comes to a halt as she eyes her surroundings in a suspicion before checking the terminal again. However, terminal indicates that the blinking icon of her destination is close by. Looks like they are. Still, commissions of Amida's is really... 2 days ago on the Elmo, Zhao terminal has vibrating throughout the show. Upon noticing the name blinking the screen, Zhao quickly excuses herself and leaves. After finding a quiet corner, Zhao takes the call. What's the matter, Amida? Zhao, you free? Can you help bodyguard a friend of mine? Her theater trope is going in a tour in the yellow zone for a couple of weeks, but she's really unlucky lately and keep getting harassed by weirdos, so I'm a little worried. I wanted to hire an NPMC squad to protect her, but she said the trope couldn't afford to hire security, and they were worried that their security people would interfere with the performances because they don't know about showbiz. Plus, she said she didn't want me to pay and basically just shoot down all my suggestions. So, I thought about who I knew could fight and understood their theater stuff. In the end, only you came to mind. But if she won't accept bodyguards, how am I supposed to protect her? Hey, got a brilliant idea. Just say you're a friend of mine and you want to join their trope as an assistant to gain some performance experience. She's a nice person. I'm sure she'll say yes if she hears that a friend needs help. I didn't say, hey, I was free to take the commission. But you answer me. Means you're definitely open to it. Damn, okay. Her name is Ida. This is where she and her trope are staying for the time being. Please help me out. I'll pay you for this. Oh. You don't have to. They'll be doing you a favor. After ensuring the address is correct, Zhao heads into the depths of the twisted alley. Then, a scream comes from within. Aye! The panicked shriek seems especially loud in the dark confines of the alley. Zhao breaks into a sprint as she runs towards the source of the sound. Then she sees a dark shape suddenly burst out of the shadows and dart past her. Help! He took my bag! Stop him! Before the voice finished speaking, Zhao has already turned around and is hot on the heels of the robber. The robber clearly doesn't expect Zhao to catch up soon and pulls out a knife, swinging it wildly at her. Ew. Zhao nimbly evades the slashing knife and kicks it away before grabbing the robber's arm with lightning speed. With a quick reversal on her grip, of her grip to take him off his feet, she slams him to the ground and pins him there. Ow, 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 that hurts! Zhao ignores the robber's cries of pain and unwinds the cloth from her arm, using it to hog-tie the man. After that, she picks up the bag the robber was holding and heads back to the depths of the alley. There is a boy who is struggling to get it to his feet. A hat lies before him on the dusty alley ground. Zhao walks past up to him, picks up the hat from before stuffing it and the bag egg into the boy's hands. Here, thanks. Yes. The boy is clearly still shocked as he numbly accepts his belongings from her. Zhao gently pats his shoulder like she's trying to console him. It's okay. Just catch your breath. I'll contact the police. They'll send someone over to take care of this soon. Thank you. After hugging his bag and apparently leaving heavily for a bit, the boy finally manages to calm down. He stands up, dusts himself off, and puts his hat back on his head before bowing slightly to Zhao. Thank you very much for the help just now. In stark contrast to his tatty clothes, the voice is clear and compelling. Don't worry about it. It was nothing. Still, why do you come here by yourself? Do you live here? I guess, sort of. Truth is, I'm here to collect inspiration. I'm from an acting troupe. We have a play that we're going to perform while they're doing a charity tour in the Yellow Zone. But my gut told me that there were room for improvement. So I asked everyone in the troupe to come here and take in the surroundings so we could understand the audience better. See? I look just like a Yellow Zoner, right? Well, you do look like the Yellow Zone residents I've seen before. See? Everyone in the troupe was saying that this outfit was perfect for the female lead to wear while traveling the Yellow Zone. The female lead? Zhao scans the boy again. Yep, our play is about two girls becoming friends and adventuring in various parts of the world. No. What I want to ask is... I'm sorry. You're a girl? The boy blinks, then reaches up to his hat. She removes it, and a shock soft, combed hair spills out as she laughs merrily. Yep, 100% girl right here. Looks like my immersive style cultural inspiration was a great success. Jesus Christ. Immersive style? Does it still say unfamiliar? No longer says young man, it says young woman. That's funny. Outfit might look raggedy and all, but it's our actual stage costume. I'm wearing this so I could get into the character more easily. Still, I didn't expect to get robbed even though I look so destitute. Just my luck, I guess. Although when you think about it, it's quite common for people in these areas to get robbed too. Maybe we should try and work this part into the script as well. Girl pulls out a terminal and quickly notes it down. The girl's panic from just now seems to fade and gets more and more into her immersive cultural inspiration. Only when she finally finished making her notes, she realized that there is someone beside her, waiting patiently. I'm sorry. I ended up getting carried away in babbling noises. You must have been bored, right? I mean, thank you very much for what you did just now. I'm the actress from the Italia trope. May I know who you... Hello, I'm Zhao. Zhao holds out her hand, a faint, slightly rigid curve tugging the corners of her lips. Do you know perhaps Miss Ida of the Italia trope? Eh? And that's what happened, manager. What do you think of Miss Zhao? Can she join us? She comes highly recommended by the broker friend of mine. Shit. After returning to the trope's temporary quarters, the girl begins Zhao's circumstances to the trope manager. Hold on. The manager gives Zhao's a CV a once over and is very pleased by it. I didn't expect you to be a doll with both stage and combat experience, Miss Zhao. Oh well, that's her. Is that broker a friend of yours who's vouching for her, the one who burst into tears while watching a previous show? If I'm not wrong, her name sounded like yours. Something Da? That's that's her. Yes, her name's Amita. She might be small, but she's a big figure in the underground broker business. Yes, I remember her. Her contaminations those really do breed talented people. The manager looks at Zhao. To be honest, we're really hurting for manpower for this tour. Anyone who had plenty experience and who can handle many roles is more than welcome to join us, doll or otherwise. However, this is a charity tour in the contamination zone. We will making much in the way of fees, and the trope budget is, well, your salary might be. The manager smiles bitterly. It's alright. I'm here to get experience. Being paid for is secondary. I'm glad that doesn't bother you. So, is that a yes, manager? Mm-hmm, of course. Frankly speaking, I need to thank you for joining us on this short notice, Miss Zhao. The trope manager looks at Zhao and holds out a welcoming hand. Glad to have you with us, Miss Zhao, and the Talia troop welcomes you. Beside the manager, Ida laughs and pats Zhao on the shoulder. Yep. We'll be always going forward, Miss Zhao. Oh. Ah! I want to speak. The Chalia Trope's convoy pulls slowly into the settlement and comes to a halt amidst loud cheering. The vehicle door opens and the Trope dismounts, depositing a huge crate on a patch of open ground. The girl at their head gives everyone present a breezy greeting. The wrinkles between Zhao's eyebrows soften as she takes in the boisterous crowd outside. She drags a couple of heavy crates on the cargo bed and follows after the girl. Where are we putting these crates? Just put them beside the advertising billboards for now. Zhao, those crates are kinda heavy, aren't they? You should let the props department move them. That's alright. It's no trouble for me. As she says so, Zhao hoists the crates into a large circular clearing that's ringed by a fence of wooden posts and old rope. She lays the crates in a corner of space reserved for the stage, bends down to straighten a bunch of simple-looking billboards. Saying billboards was just made for the show. Said billboards were made just for the show. The pitted surfaces are covered in huge eye-catching letters. The Daybreak's Oath play is now on tour. As she sees what Zhao's doing, the girl laughs and heads over to help. You're way too nice. While we take you on as an assistant, you end up doling as an escort, took out all the ELIDs, these two. Must have been hard. You'll need to take all these other tasks as well. Not at all. I'm building myself by doing that too. There are many tropes out there who welcome doll assistants. I'm more welcome to show experience myself. No, don't say that. You know the state of our trope is in. We're lucky enough to have people watching to help out. You know, we don't have the right to be picky. Speaking of which, you're trying to build up an experience because of that band of yours? I remember Amita said that something about a monsoon or something? What a nice name. You're going to place whatever you please like the wind. You must have been in a lot of places in the past, right? Zhao hands freeze mid-movement, but only for a moment. Okay, cool, I can use spacebar. Yes, we've been to many satellite cities. So you got to travel and perform with your friends? I'm so envious. Hey, Ida smiles, then sighs quietly. For some reason, there's a hidden sadness in her expressions. Miss Ida? Huh? Something wrong? Miss Ida, aren't you traveling with a trope too? Yes, but everyone here is a friend of mine. but there are times when I wish I had a closer friend around. Well, at least let's leave that aside for now. I suddenly remembered that it's gonna be a while before rehearsals, so could you do me a favor, Miss Zhao? What do you need? Ida pulls out a copy of the script and comm terminal from her bag. Well, I heard one of the residents say that there was an abandoned town around here, not far from our camp. Could you accompany me there? I'd like to take this opportunity to gather inspiration about the Yellow Zone. I'm sure the manager and the others will feel better with you around. Right, manager? Ida waves to the manager, who's fairly close by. After seeing her sunny smile, manager has no choice but to wave back. Go ahead, but don't take too long and stay safe. I'll be fine with Miss Zhao around. Don't worry. Let's head out then. Miss Zhao, our jeep is this way. Follow me. In keeping Ida's request, Zhao brings the jeep to a halt on the streets of the abandoned town. And the moment it stops, Ida practically bursts out the door and runs over to stand in front of the cluster of ruined buildings. Now these look pretty intact. Ah, the walls on the side collapsed. Pipes all rusted through. Still, they make a good reference, along with the abandoned cabling here. I should get footage of the cracks on the walls too. Ida holds her terminal up and begins recording her surroundings as she walks forward. What a shame. This town is completely ruined. Wonder why. LEDs, collapse radiation, barriers. Take your pick. Zhao keeps a watchful eye on the surrounding as she walks behind Ida. Still, I can't see old signs of firefight. Perhaps residents fought barriers here. I see. Those barriers really are everywhere, aren't they? Looks like you need to know how to defend yourself when traveling the yellow zones. Ida's mood turned Morris all of a sudden. However, she soon perks up and began rattling off questions while filming her surroundings. Miss Zhao, since you travel with your friends all the time, you must have passed through the yellow zones quite often, right? Are your friends are awesome as you are? Yes, they're both skilled at fighting and performing. Wow, that's amazing. Then, are they on tour recently? Why didn't they come with you? The sudden question about why she parted ways with her friends catches Zhao off guard and lapses into silence. After thinking about her answer a bit, Zhao is about to speak when she hears a suspicious sound. Footsteps on a paved road. The sound of unfamiliar male voice speaking. Didn't you say you saw that woman leave the trope with her friend? Where the hell is she? Search harder! Jeep's by the side of the road. Couldn't have gone far. Uh-oh. Before Ryder can react, Zhao grabs her hand and ducks behind a nearby wall with her. Zhao looks at Ida in the eye, then shakes her head and speaks in a quiet voice. Shh. Being followed. What? I don't know who they are, but it seems they're gunning for you. There are two of them. Wait, me? Ida begins to tremble. Sensing Ida's fear, Zhao gently but firmly presses down on her shoulder. Ida, have you seen an upside-down tortoise? Their little legs filling in the air as they try to get upright. Oh, what? Stay here and don't move. I'll show you now. Right as she finished speaking, Zhao springs out of the cover. The green flash, her bullets and her blades streak through the air towards the two men peering to the rubble. They are instantly thrown into disarray, stolen back to room walls and completely off balance. The fuck are you running for? Shoot her! She's just one girl! She's too fast! I can't grok! A green-coated flash interrupts his reply with a kick. His attempt of striking back is completely cut off by an emerald knife hand strike. Ew. The leading man goes down, and Zhao steps into the gap. The green-tipped knife slices through in the air in front of the other man, cutting off his escape and quartering him in an instant. and less than it takes to draw a breath, the knife's edge presses against the man's throat, and Zhao speaks coldly. Freeze. Ew. Using the rope from the jeep, Zhao trusses them up like turkeys and leaves them tied up by the roadside. She then dusts off her hands before lightly clapping a hand on Ida's shoulder. See? Upside down tortoises. Won't be winning any races with bunnies, that's for sure. The bound men are struggling and appearing trying to speak, but their gags prevent them from doing so. All they can manage are muffled vocalizations. As Ida watches them squirt in their bonds, the tension finally leaks from her and she laughs. I feel much better now. Thank you. You're welcome. Still, who are these people? Why would they go after you? I don't know. Ida bites her lips and shakes her head. Upon seeing that Ida's completely clueless, Xiao walks up and pulls out the gag on one of them. Why are you following Ida? Who sent you? Our employer told us to follow the lead actions of the trope. We're just doing this because we're paid. We don't know anything. Who hired you? It's an anonymous request made through the underground markets. How the hell should we know? Why don't you ask this chick who who would have a grudge against her? The man answers direct to the point. Zhao looks at Ida. Well, a grudge against me? Ida clenches her fist and thinks about it. Then she shakes her head. Sorry, Miss Zhao. I can't think of anyone. Could it be going after the trove? I mean, I'm their lead actress. Zhao falls silent for a moment, then turns back to the bound men, her knife raised. However, just as Zhao is about to bring it to their necks, Ida suddenly steps up and tugs Zhao. Miss Zhao, please wait. Oh. Zhao frowns. Ida tightens her grip around Zhao's arm and shakes her head worriedly. You won't learn anything if you keep questioning them, right? The show hasn't even started yet, and the troll will have to stay here for a while. If we end up offending someone now. Alright, I understand. Zhao swipes her knife through the air one more time before returning it to its sheath. The ropes binding men come apart, and the two upside-down tortoises fall heavily to the ground. Zhao, leaning against the two men's jeep, Isley watches the two men trying to free themselves. I'm letting you go because Ida pleaded for you. Don't let me see you again. Yeah. Yes, ma'am! Damn! Okay, shit. They stepped on it. The two suspicious-looking men drive away from Zhao's watchful gaze. As she watches them leave, Ida bows to Zhao. I'm sorry, Miss Zhao. I didn't mean to stop you from looking into things just now. No need to apologize. I understand. The trove doesn't need distractions before the show begins. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So, I have another imposition to make. Ida puts her hands together and bows slightly to Zhao. Could you please not tell anyone others about this? I don't want the others to worry about me. Please? 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 In the end, a sincere please triumphs over Zhao. Alright, I'll keep quiet about this. But if anything comes up to the service show, I'll tell the trope the truth. Yes, that's fine. It's a deal then. Thank you. Oh yeah, we should head back to that camp. Rehearsal ought to be starting soon. We spend enough time out here as it is. Ida hurries over to the jeep parked nearby. Zhao jogs after her, but she casts her eyes into the distance, toward the direction of the men's vehicle. Nice.
404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
Really? Hold on. How many are there? That's so early, actually. What was that? 2 battles? I'm kind of curious. I want to see how many is there. So ZS. There's 3 of these? Jesus. This one's literally 2 after. God damn it. Okay. As night falls and Trope camps And the trope's campsite, which is bustling with activity during the day, has calmed down as everyone retires to the quarters to rest. However, I charge my headphones, so it's low battery now. That's gonna be annoying for the time being. After quickly looking around outside, ensuring everything is normal, she surreptitiously drives away from the campsite. Her jeep races over the wilderness toward the abandoned town Zhao and Ida visited in their day for their cultural inspiration. She parks outside the town and dismounts before examining her surroundings and the ground. The two of them left from here. These tire tracks look new. They match the ball of their jeep and the direction they took to leave. That's right. These are the tracks. She follows the somewhat indistinct tire tracks and jeep turning here and there, stopping and starting again. Finally, Zhao comes to a halt outside of a secluded valley. Before her are a dozen of vehicle tracks, all leading towards the valley's mouth. What's going on here? Zhao parks her jeep in a secluded corner and cautiously approaches the mouth of the valley. She looks for a good vantage point when she can use to peer deep within. At its floor, several rows of dilapidated houses. The lights illuminate the valley and the vehicles of various makes driving through, as well as the people patrolling beside them. Even from afar, their unique style of dress instantly tells Zhao who they are. Fayers? Yep! Zhao frowns. Invaders are endemic to yellow zones, so finding one on their bases isn't exactly out of the ordinary. However, the men she caught earlier today doesn't seem like invaders, so what exactly is going on here? Just as Zhao sinks into thought, she hears a sound from nearby. Found it! Over here! Zhao quickly ducks behind a pile of rocks and look at the source of the sound. A pair of figures walk through the night. One in front and appears to be a girl, and the other one behind is wearing a huge coat. Seems to be something so familiar about them. Zhao ups the output of her visual module, but just as about to study them in more detail, they suddenly turn toward her. Look out! Someone's up ahead! The speaker opens fire, and a bullet kicks up a spray of sand at Zhao's feet. The girl is already running towards her. Zhao ducks behind a nearby wall. The fact that they managed to spot her so easily is a clear sign they aren't ordinary people. Normally, picking on a one-on-two fight would be unwise. However, if she is on the back end, if the one in the back is someone important, then taking them out might be a good idea too. Upon making her mind, Zhao bursts out from behind a pile of rocks and throws a grapple rope out of the coated figure. Look out! The girl immediately turns to cover Zhao's target, but she can't swat the grapple away in time. The coated figure executes a combat roll and evades the thrown spike. However, Zhao has already launched herself forward by now. Commander! Another burst of bullets dodges Zhao's steps, drowning out the girl's words. Zhao evades them with a rapid dash, and her hand tightens around her knife as she leaps forward again. The blade slashes through the fabric of the coat, and the light reflecting the knife's blade illuminates its wearer's face. Commander? Wait, what are we doing here? Zhao? After our little scuffle, I explained the reason why we're here to Zhao. So you're saying that you're here to investigate Viega activity in the region? Indeed. Elmo recently got a commission to track down these Viegers. You wouldn't have known because Groza and I set out a little after you. According to debris, there's a particular band has been going all out with the killing, looting, burning, and a few broker friends of mine have reported losing stock to them as well. They're very familiar with the terrain, and we only just managed to find their base today. But enough about us. How about you, Zhao? I suppose someone as skilled as you think nothing of coming to a Jaeger stronghold yourself so late at night. It was merely coincidence that I ended up here. I didn't expect the Jaegers would have their eye on my client. Seriously? Who is this client of yours anyway? She's an actress. Her trope had just arrived in the settlement yesterday and preparing for a show. I have no idea why the Jaegers would go after her. Perhaps it's just a misunderstanding. After all, they're performing a trope from the green zone, so perhaps they appear like plump sheep to these hungry wolves? I see. Still, she only arrived yesterday, and the people already had their sights on her. Quite surprising just how eager the Jaegers are about all this. What are they planning to do, Commander? You gonna wipe out this stronghold? I'm not in a hurry to do so. My assignment is to conduct discreet investigation, so in principle, I'm just supposed to remotely observe them. Important thing is to get a feel for their overall situation, so I won't be making contact with them or entering their hideouts unless I have to. And besides, it seems the Jaegers have some kind of a boss in charge of them. They have more than one base, so sniffing it up is going to take a while. Ugh, what a pain. Zhao thinks for a while. A moment later, looks at me. In that case, I have a proposition, Commander. Go ahead. At first, I thought this was just an ordinary case for someone trying to intimidate my client, but things are clearly not that simple since the situation involves the Jaegers. After taking into consideration the trope's safety and secret investigation you're conducting, would you be willing to join the trope protection mission for the time being and work with me? So, the trope serves as bait and a cover for our investigation. Sounds like a win-win situation. Yes. Also, if anything happens, the client and the trope will be safer with you and Miss Grossa around. I don't mind, but the client and trope on the other hand, I'll speak with them about it. However, the trope's funds are limited. They probably won't be able to repay you too well. There's no need for that. Ultimately, we're making use of each other here. And besides, Monsoon has done their fair share of free labor for me too. Are you happy with that, Leader Zhao? I chuckle and extend a friendly hand to Zhao. She sat on it for a moment and extends her hand to me, one that's covered in scars. That's strange. Since when Zhao is such a miser? When was Zhao such a miser? Fixing this level of synthetic skin damage shouldn't cost that much. If I can ask further, Zhao nods to me. Glad to be working with you, Commander. That's funny. I just find that funny. I'm sorry. Alright. Ooh, I get the fight instantly? Let's go! Fuck. As I return to the campsite the next day, Zhao introduces me and grows into his trope. Just in case, I have a set of credentials ready to prove my identity. However, sees my concerns were unfounded. Once we reveal there's a Jaeger camp nearby, Zhao has no problems at all convincing the manager to take us on. Since the trope has freed up temporary buggings for me and Groza, well, Ida has cheerfully taken upon herself to show us around. Over here! This way, please. Oh. After leading us to our quarters, Ida quickly shows us the facilities and briefs Groza about the trope's activities. In any case, that's our performance schedule. If you guys need anything, feel free to look for me or the manager. Thank you, Miss Ida. You're welcome to look us up anytime too. After briefing us, Ida does leave right away. Instead, she ends up gawking at Zhao, who's standing by my side. Zhao notices Ida's gaze and walks over to her. Ida grabs Zhao and pulls her from aside, whispering into her ear. Miss Zhao, they seem pretty skilled, but that bounty hunters... Zhao looks toward me from a distance. He's a reliable friend of mine. There was something fishy about that attack yesterday, so I asked him to come and help out. I see. Alright then. Still, about that attack from yesterday. Don't worry, I didn't tell the manager about it. Ida visibly relaxes and bows to Zhao's in gratitude. Thank you so much. I didn't know how to show it, but I'm really very grateful to you. Think note of me of it. However, for safety's sake, I would recommend you leave the campsite as little as possible. Sure, I won't go far. Ida leaves the room after nodding gravely to Zhao. After she leaves, I smile and approach Zhao. Well, that's the leader of Monsoon for you. I'm sure Dai and the others must have had an easier time on their travels with you around. Zhao turns as she hears my voice. Just doing my job as a leader. Something Commander? Something's bothering me. Seeing Miss Ida doesn't understand the true identity of our attackers. That doesn't seem to concern your mission, Commander. I don't mind the pry, of course. That was just a reminder. Rather than quibble about that, I have a suggestion. This settlement is quite lively. Would you like to walk around it with me and get a picture of what's happening on the ground? Alright. After leaving the trope campsite which is still under construction, Zhao and I walk down the streets of the settlement. The roads are covered in sand and in gravel. Houses are run down, people are all poor. Settlements like these are everywhere in the yellow zones. The sole difference is that the one staying is fairly large. It's most likely why the trope chose to base themselves here. Still, livelier a settlement is, more likely to draw Viega's attention. I turn my eyes outside the settlement as the thought crosses my mind. A pile of rocks and drifts of sand hide the land and sky in the distance. But I know that there is lurking threat and hidden in a distant valley. As I'm about held outside the settlement, Zhao comes to a halt. Commander? Why you asked me to go with you? If this is meant to be a secret investigation, there's a chance that secrecy could be breached. Well, we're working together on the assignment after all. The spirit that we interact and get to know each other. Also, things in the Yellow Zone can be pretty complicated, and I'm empty-handed right now. I feel better with a certain squad leader by my side. According to what I know of you, Commander, dealing with over 10 Viegas by yourself, even without a doll squad backing you up, should be child's play for you. Besides, you have Mr. Groza too. True! Indeed, which is why this is only part of the reason. The only other reason is you, Miss Zhao. Truth is, there was something I wanted to discuss with you on the day Monsoon had their concert. Fortunately, we didn't get a chance to do so. That day. Yes, it was unfortunate that we could not speak. So, what do you wish to talk about, Commander? Monsoon and the Elmo. I know that you're the leader of Monsoon, and you're not part of the Elmo. It's not easy for a gust of wind that used to have freedom to suddenly accept a new environment. I'm grateful for the fact that you're willing to stay for the Elmo for the sakes of Diane and the others. They are my friends. Yes, and you're a good leader. That much goes without saying. True. But even though you're the leader, I can sense that you're changing too. Right now, the way you're talking to me is completely different from when Monsoon first came to help me. We bounty hunters have a keen noses, so feel free to talk about anything you want with me. Zhao does not answer. Or perhaps we could discuss it with Monsoon. If think it's better that way. It won't take long for them to come here from the Elmo. There'll be extra hands for the commission. Zhao remains silent, her face still blank. According to Jiang, her facial actuators were damaged in combat. As a result, she does not show much in the way of her facial expression. But sometimes, this poker face of hers is perfect camouflage for her feelings. I look straight at Zhao, silently waiting for her answer. Just then, I hear sounds of argument from a nearby hovel up ahead. It's not like that. Listen to me. Those letters I sent were just... Listen? Listen to how you... If not for you, Ferris wouldn't have... No, Ferris. Look, just listen. For some reason, the pleading girl's voice sounds strangely familiar. Xiao and I exchange looks. We nod, then cover nearby. Enough of this BS! You think I'm good to buy that goody two-shoes act? You're just... It's all because of you! No, I really didn't. Know that you're someone like this. Because of you, Stop pretending already and get lost. Get out of here! The argument doesn't last long. Soon, the owner's nasty voice departs, leaving behind the sound of quiet sobbing. It'll last for a while before gradually tampering out. Then, a familiar figure steps out behind a wall. It is Ida, lead actress at the Talia trope. She rubs her tears away as she walks. Her clothes are dusty, her hair is a little mussed, probably from a scuffle just now. Zhao frowns and prepares to stand, but I put my hand on her shoulder and gently shake on my head. Don't go right now. It might be a personal matter for Ida. Zhao doesn't answer, but she doesn't move either. It's only when Ida leaves that I loosen my grip and let her rise. As expected, Zhao doesn't go after Ida. Instead, faces me with a cold look. Oh god. Why did you stop me just now, Commander? If this is a personal matter for Ida, butting in rashly would only make things awkward for her. The trope is about to put on their show. It would be better to figure things out and then ask Ida about it later rather than incur unnecessary trouble. This isn't the first time Ida has encountered something like this. This dispute just now was very intense. If the man keeps bothering Ida, it might end up affecting the show. We still don't know the full picture yet. Barging in thoughtlessly would only end up making things worse. In the contamination zones, there are times when minding your own business is not a bad thing. That's what Ida wants too, isn't it? Zhao frowns. Minding your own business. So this minding your own business to you, Commander. I see. Zhao's expression doesn't change, but I can hear disappointment in her voice. However, this is the most sensible choice right now. If Ida objects, then I will not pursue the matter for now. But if it affects the upcoming play, I will not remain silent. In any case, I'll look around the area alone for now. I can handle things here by myself. You should head back to the campsite, Commander. It seems Zhao has made up her mind. I sigh, then turn to leave. We'll discuss it after she settles down. By the time I return to the trope's campsite, the stage at its center has begun to take shape. A group of people gather around it, and Ida is to be in the midst. As I approach, Rosa turns to me from where she is standing on the edge of the crowd. Commander? What's going on here? Ms. Ida is rehearsing. Apparently, there was recent revision to a certain scene. I look at the heart of the crowd. While this is just a scene rehearsal, Ida is completely into it. No sign of tears she shed just now. Shortly after, Zhao enters the campsite too. Ida is still performing, so Zhao frowns slightly before standing aside to watch in silence. Soon the scene's over, and the audience erupts with a thunderous applause. Wow! That was a great change! Even more moving than the previous version of the scene. I bet the tour is going to be a great success. Alright, I mean, everyone's so confident about our tour. But I'd like to hear from our audience too. Ada steps out of the crowd and beckons to me and Zhao. Hi, you two. You saw our rehearsal just now, right? What do you think? Also, was it really? Hold on. It was very compelling. As for the fine details, Zhao, you got stage experience. Maybe you'd like to field this question? I smile, thinking that's Zhao. She considers her words for a moment, and then begins speaking in an earnest voice. I think your performance was very professional. While I arrived later only to see part of it, the girl Zoe that you played was very lightly animated and very likable. Her final promise to her friend was very stirring too. I'm sure it would have won the hearts of the audience even in the green zone. However, delivering some of the lines to be a little unpolished. Further practice might be required. Sounds harsh, but high praise coming from Zhao. After you hear her words, Ida scratches her head bashfully. Nah, that's to be expected. After all, the characters were modeled after Ida. She was? It's nothing. Right, I need to go check out my costume with the director. If there's nothing else, let's go take a break for a bit. Miss Ida? Were you looking for me? Upon seeing Zhao hesitate, I cut their conversation. Zhao, shall we talk about about campsite security? Yes. Wow, you guys sure work hard. I'll leave it to you then. Gotta head over to the director's office. Ida leaves, and I ask Rosa to continue standing watch by the stage. Zhao's face is blank as ever. Sighing internally, I approach her. What do you find outside the campsite? Thanks to your restraint, I didn't find anyone suspicious. In that case, you shouldn't thoughtlessly question Ida about it either. Commander, are you saying that you believe in asking about the matter would be bad for Ida? Or that will affect your investigation of the Viegers? While I said I was willing to work with you, I was upfront about how the investigation would take priority over the protecting the trope. Currently, Ida's situation is not related to the trope, and working with you does not extend to interfering with the actors' personal lives. I do not wish to give rise to unintended consequences by doing so. In yellow zones, supplies are not cheap. While I do not know how Monsoon operates for a bounty hunter, minding your own business is an important principle for survival. Zhao follows silent, as though she hadn't expected me to state my position frankly. She frowns slightly. Nien simply fixes me with a calm gaze. Since you decided to prioritize the investigation, I have a request of my own. I hope that you will not jeopardize the show for the sake of your mission, Commander. Of course, I have my principles too. I'll inform you if I discover anything unusual. I hope you'll keep your promise, Commander. Zhao turns and leaves after saying those cold words. As I watch her go, I rub between my eyes in resignation. This misunderstanding is going to get worse at this rate. Is there any way to soften Zhao's attitude? What would Monsoon do when they have a dispute? Monsoon Squad. An idea springs into my head. I put up my turn and find the names, Diane and Jiang. Sorry girls, seems I need your help again.
404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
In the wilderness, the jeep races towards its destination. The doll in the front passenger seat is leaning against the window, idly rapping on the scratch glass. Big Six, go faster! Commander and Zhao have walked out on each other by the time we get there. The doll in the driver's seat stomps the gas pedal once again, the reply in the low humming of the engine as it strains under its weighty burden. Jiang, we've been driving at top speed for a long time now. Ain't faster and this jalopy will probably come apart before we reach their campsite. After hearing Diane's reply, Jiang pouts and curls up in the seat. Fine. Truth is, I just want to see Commander and Zhao ASAP. Yeah, that poker-faced woman cruelly dumped us to take on my mission by herself. Can't wait to see her staring idiotically at us when we show up. Jiang, I know you're still mad about what happened back then, but the commander didn't ask us to come in order to make things worse. You don't want Zhao to truly leave Monsoon, do you? Heck no! Oh, why would anyone be rushing like this anyway? Okay, fine. Relax, big sis. I promise I won't get mad at her when we meet later. At most, I'll wait until she gets back to the Elmo before we're secretly thumping her a little. That's if she comes back at all. If we can't convince her. We saw Faye, don't we? She's on her way too, isn't she? Faye's never got along well with others, but even if she is willing to come to the Elmo, so there's no reason why Zhao would refuse either. Can't really say. After all, Zhao isn't an ex-Griffin doll. Ah, this is such a pain. Monsoon's still Monsoon on the Elmo, and the commander's really nice guy too. Do we have to choose between Monsoon and the commander? Why is Zhao making things go so difficult for us? Indeed, perhaps this problem isn't just for us, but for all Monsoon too. The interior of the Jeep is silent for a while. Dai frowns as she gazes into the distance, then floors the accelerator once again. Damn. Sorry. It's a fiery afternoon, and Talia Trope's campsite is boiling hot as you expected. Trope members hurry back and forth, rushing to set up stage, rehearse, and prepare props. Zhao, Groza, and I are affected by this industrious mood and find ourselves taking part too. What the heck? Guys! Suddenly, I hear this happy shouting from the distance amongst this sweltering heat. Commander! Zhao! Oh. Zhao turns and freezes up. Meanwhile, I just turned for the gust of crimson wind to slam. I just turned in time for a gust of crimson wind to slam into me. The impact is so massive that I lose balance and stumble back. Look out! Just as I'm about to fall, a hand reaches out just in time to steady my shoulder. At the same time, the girl just globs me, barely manages to correct her posture and help Zhao to stand me back up. Ah, sorry, Commander. It was an accident. No, girl, it was not. Ugh, I'm okay. With her feet back on my, with myself back on my feet, I look at the girl before me. Her long twin tails are fluttering in the wind, and the smile on her face is so bright that it makes me feel happier just looking at her. I feel like affectionately reached out to effectually ruffle her hair. He came fast. Almost caused a speeding accident, in fact. It's just because I miss you so much and didn't want to be apart from you for a second. Damn. Commander! For a second, Commander. And I guess I miss Zhao too. In any case, the moment we got your message, Big Sis and I came here quickly as we could. Isn't that right? Jiang laughs and turns to Dai, who has only just arrived. We're not late, are we? Commander? And Zhao? The apologetic smile on Dai's face shows smile on Dai's face as she turns to the green-hued doll. Forgive us for acting hastily and coming here without informing you. You have nothing to apologize for. Or in the first place. In the first place, the decision-making authority was in your hands while I was away from the squad. Zhao remain. Damn, that means Dai is the second in command. Got it. Zhao remains calm even when confronted by this sudden visit from her teammates. Jiang seems annoyed by this and gets on Zhao's face. Wait a minute. Why isn't your mouth wide open? Aren't you at least a little bit surprised that Big Sis and I are here? I am surprised. But I'm not a tickle-me-toe doll that opens its mouth when you squeeze its tummy. Also, my emotive expression modules only support opening my mouth to a limited extent. Ah! That's why you're so annoying! Big Sis and I came all this way over here, and you're even reacting to it. Do you not care at all? Oh my goodness. Jiang! Zhao looks the fuming Jiang in the eye and shakes her head. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I guess why you came. As such, I have no choice but to accept your arrival. I introduce you to everyone in the trope. Saying so, Zhao pulls Jiang and Dai over and smiles faintly to the troop members who are gathered around them. Ida, manager, everyone. These are Dai and Jiang, my friends from my band. Like me, they have extensive stage and combat experience. Welcome! Are you the ones who've been traveling and performing everywhere with Miss Zhao? Indeed, they were interested in the troop's upcoming play and instead of coming by to help. Feel free to tell us if you need anything over the next few days. We'll be in your care for the time being, everyone. Dai smiles and bows. Upon seeing how Dai is acting, Jiang's face lights up with a smile too. Yep. Just let me know if you need any help. I can work, fight, and perform. Oh yeah, I can do kung fu, sing, play the drums. Girl! Wow, really? Miss Jiang, can I consult you if you want to find reports on the fight scenes? It might end up useful in our play. Of course! In fact, I can give you the demonstration right now. Empty space. There we go. Come on, this way! Jiang drags Ida to the side, proceeds to give her an energetic display of her martial arts move. Dai shakes her head with a smile as she watches Jiang's antics. She really does go full throttle all the time. Still, there won't be any problems blending into the trope now. Well played, Commander. I'm impressed. Zhao looks at me and her smile fades. Please forgive me. I certainly did not want to cause any misunderstandings between us. I believe that we'll be able to get along with Dai and Jiang around, and as for the future... Thank you for your concern, Commander. Zhao interrupts me halfway through my explanation. I'll carefully consider the future of Monsoon. Damn. Beat you to the punch. Wait, that was it? Damn, that was fast. Alright. Oh shit, is this the third one? Please tell me it's the third one. Okay. Although there's a silent tension between Zhao, Dai, and Jiang, it doesn't seem to affect the assignment, and the show preparations are proceeding at a pace. The stage is finally completed by our 4th day in this element. The troop decides to conduct an internal test show that night. The music stops, replaced by enthusiastic applause from the audience. One by one, the cast members take their bows, and the director waves excitedly to the audience from the stage. And that's a wrap! A big thanks to everyone for making this test show of Dig Rake's Oath a great success. Following the director's announcement, the cast members gather excitedly into a group hug, as the lead actress Ida is naturally in the center of the group. Ida, you are amazing! I didn't expect the change to the finale to be so moving. Thank you everyone, but I couldn't have done it without you. Be it the script revisions or the later performance and joint rehearsals, I'm so grateful to have your support. Ida bows deeply from where she's standing in the middle of the crowd. The director comes over and pats her on the shoulder. Come on, Ida, no need to be modest. We all know just how hard you work to make this tour a success. I'm sure Farrah's parents wouldn't understand your feelings if they were here. We sent the invitations out long ago, but I guess it won't be coming. Otherwise, they wouldn't. Ida sighs quietly and drops the subject. She instantly wipes her dejection away like it had never existed and smiles and smiles as she grabs Zhao's and Jiang's hands. That's right, Director. I learned a lot of interesting things while talking to Monsoon. For instance, Jiang's kung fu moves look really cool on stage. I was thinking that maybe we could work on them into our next production. Wow, really? Yep. So remember that super cool flying kick you showed me? Be perfect for a fight scene. Also, just as Ida began to act out of a move with Jiang in tow, a dark shadow falls from the sky. Look out! Zhao pulls Ida away, just as the glass bottle filled with paint hits the spot where Ida was standing just a moment ago. The paint inside splashes as the glass shatters into fragments, blooming into a lurid, savage flower. Before Ida could react, a second and third bottle sails into the campsite. Enter Spurs with a hail of stones, leaving streaks of paint all over the stage. Hey! Someone's causing trouble! Die! Protect the cast! And protect the cast and commander! Jiang, with me! Zhao's voice remains on the wind as she leaps out of the campsite, landing behind a nearby wall. With lightning speed, Zhao subdues a suspicious man hiding behind a wall without giving them any time to respond. On her end, Jiang also grabs someone outside the campsite. Both of them drag the men to the center of the campsite. Despite being pinned down, they're still struggling and cursing. Who the hell are you? Let me go! Yeah, you're just a crappy group of actors. But why do you have to grab me? Get through your thick skulls. Stop going around doing shows and get lost now before you mess up with more people's families. Shameless and harbor criminals. The lead actress Ida or whatever is a murderer. That makes the rest of you guys accomplices too. Shut up. Zhao kicks the ranting man out with a knife hand strike. As seeing how his friend's KO'd, the other man shrinks away in terror. However, when he sees Ida is not trying to stop this, and in fact lowers her head in dejection, he starts cursing again. As the verbal abuse grows louder, Zhao scowls and takes out her knife before pressing it to the man's neck with a cold look in her eyes. Hey, let's talk about this now! No need to get serious! Alright then, talk. Why are you attacking the trope? We were hired! Our client gave us money and told us to make trouble and mess up the show. And what's all this about a murderer? I don't know either. The client just told us to say that. Ah, yes, they got a grudge with your leading lady. He said she... Before she could finish, Zhao kicks him out as well. She glances at Jiang and Dai, indicating that they got dragging two unconscious men away. Then, she looks at me, who is standing aside in the distance. I instantly get Zhao's meaning and enter the crowd before giving the director a meaningful look. Miss Ida looks like she needs some rest. Let's end the rehearsal here tonight. Everyone should turn in early. We'll clean up the rest. After seeing the director's nod, the rest of the cast and crew of soon the only people left in the once bustling campsite are the director, Ida, and the dolls. Zhao helps Ida take a seat, then squeezes her hand. Ida, can you tell us what happened before this? Ida's head is still lowered, remains gloomy and silent. After seeing the state that Ida's in, the director shakes her head and sighs. Maybe I should do it. If I'm not wrong, my guess is that the clients who hired those people to attack the theater were parents of Ida's former friend, Ferris. A former friend called Ferris? Yes. Ferris was a good friend of Ida's and an outstanding young actress. The truth is, she was supposed to be the female lead for Daybreak's Oath. Back then, Ida and Ferris joined the auditions for the part and they made it through both of them. Ferris was the female lead and Ida was the second lead. Ferris and I both loved to act. I still remember the day when we met each other. Ida, who has been silent all this time, slowly lifts her head. She looks at the stage, but seems more like she's gazing into the depths of her past. That day, I joined an impromptu drama competition. I was a rookie back then, and no one paid attention to me. But by the time competition ended, a girl ran all of a sudden and praised me for doing a good job. She even pointed out all the little details of my act. We ended up talking for a long time. She told me her name was Ferris, and she wanted to become a pro actor, just like me. Ida smiles as she recalls her past with Ferris. After that, we became good friends. At that time, all we had were bit parts. But no matter what roles or scripts we were given, we would always rehearse them together so we could critique and further refine our act. One day, we slowly became able to play supporting roles, and then we both made it through the auditions for Daybreak's Oath and began practicing Yellow Zone together, looking for cultural inspiration together, going on tours together. Days were really happy, but Ida stopped speaking, as though she thought something, and her smile turns bitter. 2 years ago, when Figures and I were out in the contamination nodes together, we were attacked by the Varjägers. The PMC assigned to protect us was taken out by the Valyers. And Ferris too. I passed out back then and was mistaken for dead. But a passing bounty hunter saved me. Everyone in the Trove was heartbroken over Ferris. We had lost a great actress and a good friend. After that, everyone in the Trove was grieving for her, and the actress for Daybreak's Oath sat vacant for a long time. Later on, I remembered that Ida and Ferris had acted opposite each other, and had her try out for the position. She did well, so we decided to permanently assign it to her. But I didn't expect that my decision would lead to a misunderstanding by Ferris's parents. They thought that Ida had gotten Ferris killed in order to become the lead actress. Do you not try to contact Ferris's parents? Oh, we tried many times, but Ferris' parents thought that Tro was in on it with Ida and keep refusing to talk to us. Ida tried looking for those Valyers, but they were been easy to find, and the situation was very chaotic back then. With all of them gone by, we couldn't find any evidence at all. And that's how the misunderstanding lasted all the way until now. Yeah. The truth is, Ida's been working hard to try and erase that misunderstanding. During this tour, Ida convinced me to change the script, and it's ending as a memorial to Ferris. Frankly speaking, we weren't too happy about the change at first, but Ida went all over to gather inspiration and build up experience as a scriptwriter before consulting me about it many times. And in the end, the altered script began to take shape. After we finished rewriting the script, we began preparing for our tour. Right after we finalized the show schedule, Ida sent an invitation for Ferris's parents. And you know how that went. Everyone present goes silent as they look at the glass shards and red paint scattered everywhere. Ida. Is there anything we can do to help? Stay alert and protect the future shows. That's right. Since we reject Ida's goodwill, they definitely won't give up easily. Ida smiled bitterly and bows to everyone again. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Ensuring the show takes place successfully is part of the request. You don't have to blame yourself for this. Zhao helps Ida up, and Jen comes over to help support her by the shoulders. Yep. Nothing's going to happen to the troll with us around. I'll be counting with you all in the future. Here then. It's getting late. I need to take care of the troll business. Oh yes. About those two attackers. Leave them to us. Miss Zhao, could you go easy on them? After all, it was because of me that. Relax. We know our limits. Several minutes later, the two hired attackers receive a stern-looking talk from Jia Yang and slink off, vanishing into the night. As I watch them fade, I can't help but ponder the situation. Say they were hired then. No, they were like people who tried to ambush Ida earlier. They're probably related to the Valyers too. Before the two men can flee into the darkness, I call it to Groza. Groza, follow them and see where they're headed. Nice. That's how we're starting? Out in the wilds, a petite doll racing toward the herd of Elids. She placed shots after shot with deadly precision, driving away the Elids that are swarming her. Holy, you're Faye? Hold up, you're kind of cute. Wait, stop. Hold up. So yours, what did the commander call you? CZ75? Yeah. The Elid corpse rising piled high like gruesome sandbags. Her gun is starting to heat up, but Faye shows no sign of stopping. Instead, begins counting the bodies on the ground. 7, 8, 9, 14. Still not enough. Again? Jesus! Oh, hold on. This is a yandere face if I ever seen one. Faye scowls and leads up the slope of the Elid pile. Another Elid lunges at her as her gun's moving between targets. Faye whirls and throws her Tomahawk. She has a Tomahawk! What the fuck? Which cleaves deeply into creature's throat. That's not a Tomahawk, by the way. No way. Yeah! Another body hits the floor. Impact shatters the collapsed crystal into corpse, and the fragment lays on Faye's feet. Faye quickly bends over to pick up the chunks, wipe off the icy stuff on them, and shoves them into her pockets. That's what you get trying to ambush me. Soon, the gathered Elids have been dealt with. Faye picks up the last collapsed crystal piece and pats her bulging pockets. This should be enough, right? I ought to be able to get a present with these. Or is it? According to the art in human interaction, presenting a gift after meeting an old friend following a long separation of sign is a sign of your sincerity. So does this mean I have to collect more crystals? I still don't have enough to kill. Still have enough time to kill more Elids. Plus, the pieces will get worn down to processing. It will be bad if I don't have enough. Faye looks up and gazes into the distance. A wisp of smoke curls into the air. It seems there's another Elid pack up ahead. She mounts up on a motorbike and roars to the source of the smoke. However, as she approaches the smoke, Faye gradually realizes something's wrong. Wait, those are Elids. The source of the smoke lies just 100 meters away. But isn't created by Elids. Rather, comes of weirdly modified Viager vehicles. Seem to have found something, and several converted junkers are pouring fire on a small hill. It's the Viagers again. Did they spread all the way over here? Faye ups the output of her visual modules, try to see who Viager targets is. However, can only make out several distinct shapes amidst a roiling cloud of dust. Could it be stranded travelers? Or residents of a nearby settlement? Who cares? The Viegers are assholes anyway. I'll shoot first, ask questions later. Faye revs her motorbike and into the heart of the dust cloud. Hey! Over here! Oh my goodness. To Faye's surprise, the people surrounding the hill are actually pretty good fighters and work well with Faye. Soon, the Vega's convoy modified vehicle is driven off. Faye begins her motorbike to a halt and runs up the hill, waving to the people behind the smoke and dust. You guys alright? We're good. Thanks for the help just now. The surprise attack of yours was most impressive. You're welcome. You guys were pretty good too. Are you bounty hunters? I thought you were local As the people she's addressing emerge from the smoke, Faye catches in her throat. You guys? Yo, Faye. Surprised to see us? See, Commander? I told you it was Faye. There's no way we'll mistake anyone who lugs and acts around with her all day long for anyone else. Oh shit, wait. It's been a while, C775. I mean, Miss Faye. Yes, long time no see, Faye. I smile and walk up to this doll I haven't seen in a long time. 10 years have passed and she's changed her outfit, but her brilliant red hair still burns like a fire, and the spirited look in her eyes hasn't changed a bit. I was looking forward to meeting you again from the moment Dai told me she had contacted you. Thought we'd meet at the campsite, but I didn't expect to run into you here. Can we consider fate that our reunion took from the form of fighting side by side? Faye seems to want to say something, but she spaces out after hearing me speak. Blush, 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 blush. Her mouth hangs half open. Her face turned red as she struggles to find the right word to say, yeah! Blush, blush, blush. She's shaking. Commander, nice to see you again. I got a gift from when we met again, or I mean, I was planning to give get a gift for you, but I haven't managed to give it to you yet. But I got the funds ready. Saying so, Faye reaches into her pockets, then she freezes up. Hey! Faye exclaims in shock and looks down to her pockets. Unbelievable with her eyes, she feels around inside. Her pockets, which had been stuffed with brim just a while ago, were grazed by bullets during the firefight just now. All the collapsed pieces she worked so hard to collect have been scattered everywhere, leaving only a few pieces sparkling formally in her hand. Ah, how could this? My collapsed crystals. Oh no. Faye? Faye clenches her fist in frustration, then grabs her head. It looks like she's struggling to keep control of her emotions. Hug her! After a while, she looks up with a bitter expression on her face. I'm sorry, Commander. It looks like your gift will have to wait. Ah, cheer up. So you dropped all those collapsed crystals you collected. So what? Just pick them all up again. I'll help you. What's important is that you met the Commander again, not some present. Yeah, seeing you here is what matters to me. I patted Faye's shoulder, trying to console her. Faye seemed over the edge since we met, hasn't said much, but little she says comes out as nervous stuttering. What happened to her? I remember she was rather hot-tempered than Griffin, but not like this. Maybe I should ask her about it later when I get the chance. Thank you, Commander. I'm happy to be able to see you again too. Ah, that's right. What are you doing here, Commander? It's a long story. You know about the trope, right? Someone caused them trouble last night. Girls then followed them to another Viagra camp. Jiang and I came over to check it out. But not long after we met up, those guys went out for a walk. I see. After this, you're going to... We'll be heading back to the campsite first. Girls have got a good picture of the situation here. I believe your teammates are looking forward to meeting you. Once we return to the settlement, Jiang practically flies into the trope campsite. Big sis, Zhao, look who I found! Oh my god. Following Jiang's voice, Dai looks up from where she's working by the stage. Oh my god. Faye! Dai approaches with quick step, enfolding Faye and Jiang in a hug. Zhao walks out of a nearby tent, having heard the commotion. Faye? What are you doing here? Zhao reflexively glances at me. I raise my hands defensively. It wasn't me this time. I just ran into Faye. Zhao turns to Faye, who walks over and punches Zhao's shoulder. Damn. Dai gave me the location. What the hell, so you can go off by yourself and nobody's allowed to follow? The previous happy mood in the air suddenly freezes. Dai sighs and walking over to the pair, taking a green-colored arm in one hand and a red-colored in the other. There, don't get mad. You should be happy that Monsu's been reunited after so long. Yeah, that's right. Faye came over to help us out, in fact, she helped us beat a bunch of our Jaegers just now. Don't be so stiff, Zhao. Yeah, Faye's skills were amazing. Also, did you say do you have anything to say to Monsoon Assembled? Alright. Zhao presses the spot between her brows in recognition. I was hoping that this brief period of independent action would be enough to spur you ladies into calmly considering our future. Clearly that plan has failed. That just means it was a wrong thing to do. It's better just to be frank and speak up rather than having all of us in our rooms by ourselves being miserable. Isn't that right, big sis? Faye? For once, I agree with you, Jiang. Wait a minute, how you guys been arguing? That's crazy. Yes, I agree that face-to-face discussion is the best form of communication for Monsoon. Much like you play like a song, one must have the scene to properly judge the audience's reaction. Zhao, while this was a private commission, you're still a part of Monsoon. Will you allow us to help you with this commission for the next few days? I mean, your business is at Monsoon's business. Yeah, We'll help you out if Mita gives you another job next time. After seeing the sincerity in her teammate's expression, the coldness of Zhao's face seemed to have faded. Zhao looks at him in the eye and nods. Alright.
404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
Can I not talk? Several days later, inside the Trove campsite, Monsoon and Groza intensified patrols outside the campsite for the following days. Despite the little upset during the test show, the attacks we feared never came again, and the Trove enjoyed a few rare days of peace. It's a relief that the Trove has been otherwise unmolested, but my heart pressed to find a rationale for the Vaeger's actions. Could it be the link between the Vaeger and the attackers from that night was purely coincidence? Was it truly just two layabouts with nothing better to do than accepting a job from the underground? No, perhaps I need to investigate further. There must be something behind the scenes that I missed. Once after our rehearsals for the trope are over, I seek out Zhao. As she listens to my intentions for coming here, she puts down the prop she is checking and looks at me in a puzzlement. So you intend to investigate our years outside that camp? Right now? Yeah, right now. You can tell something's wrong too, right? Trying to look inside the campsite. While things seem peaceful enough in the campsite, settlement outside is nowhere as warm and welcoming as it was when we first came in. It feels somewhat deserted. Our audience is gone. That's right. The Trope have advertised this show heavily, so there ought to be more people here. However, seems like Vaeger activity nearby has forced people who are planning to watch to abandon their plans. Commander, do you think the change in Vaeger's actions linked to how we stopped the attack on the camp that day? Can't be sure, but we know both the Vaegers are mixed up in this. And besides, the Vaegers have been scourged on the surrounding region, yet the settlement and the Trope have been completely untouched. Does it make sense? I don't think it's because we revealed ourselves, and I don't think we actually paid to invite those starving wolves here. Therefore, I need to head out on foot to figure out what's going on. Since it's very likely that Ida's involved, I'll need help of Monsoon Squad too. Understood. I'll accompany you, Commander. Ooh, me too, me too. I haven't gone out investigating with you in a long time. Jiang, who appears seemingly out of nowhere. What the fuck? I need more water. Insert herself between Zhao and me, followed closely by Dai and Faye, who turn up in front of me. Why didn't you just tell us you needed help, Commander? Yeah, Zhao would have been monopolized by the scouting mission with the Commander if I hadn't secretly Girl! Zhao would have monopolized this girl. As I see the looks of anticipation in their eyes, I can't help but chuckle. But eventually, I harden my heart and shake my head. The Vaegirs are still roaming around out there, so we need to leave someone behind to protect the campsite. Zhao and Jiang will follow me. Dai and Faye will stay behind and protect the campsite. Wait, no! Please! Actually, no. There's 5 of y'all. Fuck! I was gonna say, honestly, 3 in the campsite, 2 with the Commander is better than the other way around. God damn it. Woohoo! Understood. Faye and I will man the campsite, but please be careful, Commander. As the jeep drives deeper into the wilderness, there's still no trace of the Vaegirs. Jiang stares at the back of the seat window for a long time, but can't find anything. Bored, she begins tapping out a rhythm on the vehicle's frame. Jiang, mind the volume. Okay. Fine, I'll stop now. After being reminded by Zhao, Jiang sticks her tongue out and grumbles under her breath. These Vaegirs are such a pain. No sign of them anywhere. Just a waste of your time, Commander. I can't believe we're spending our precious time off on those Jaegers. Ah, I'm so mad. After complaining, Jiang drapes over the back of my seat. Still, I'm glad I got to go out with you again on a mission, Commander. Just feels like the old days. In fact, I can't but wonder how nice it would be if the trope could just keep performing. Then Big Sis, Faye, and I could just ignore the crappy agreement and stay with you forever, right, Commander? The agreement. Actually, Colleen sent me a secret transmission about a month ago. Well, I was sitting 404 regarding the new changes in the agreement. While quite a few of those are returned to the ammo through chance encounters, I was planning to maintain the status quo for a while longer to avoid the ammo becoming a target once again. But after seeing the gloominess and the light of Jiang's face, and thinking about the pendant that Dai cherished so dearly, I find it hard to keep quiet. Perhaps I can't answer for the world, but at the very least, I could give them an answer. Commander? Actually, you could do it right now. You don't have to worry about the agreement anymore. Eh? Jiang's jaw dropped and her eyes go wide. I sighed and smiled gently as I can. Just last month, the NMFA secret lifted part of the agreement's restrictions for various reasons. That said, it was done in secret, so I didn't tell everyone because I don't want to alarm certain people. Also, I'm just a penniless bounty hunter right now, so all I can do is wander and do land jobs to make ends meet. It's a hard life. I don't care if you're wandering or not. I'm happy out. Oh my god. I'm sure Big Sis and Phil feel the same way too. Oh yeah, we'll go back and tell them what the good news. I know she'll be happy over there. They can follow you again. Really now? I chuckled, then turned to Zhao. However, I realized she's staring intently through the windshield, her face grim. Commander, Faye is in sight. Problem solved. Zhao, catch up quick. We can wrap things up and share the good news with our sisters sooner. Don't rush. Take care of the enemies first. Thanks to Zhao and Jiang's combined attack, the ambushing Jaegers are soon driven off. We wipe out the remaining enemies along the way, but let's see anyone else around us. In order to verify the Jaeger tracks, we even pursue them all the way to the Jaeger camp we found earlier. However, the brightly lit camp from that night is now completely deserted. It is as though these bandits were tipped off and vanished without a trace after shifting their area of activity. What's going on? Maybe they got scared by how we spanked them over the past few days and ran off. No, judging by the state of the camp, this was an organized withdrawal. So we missed them again? Let's over to the other camp that Groza found. We soon arrived at the other camp. However, the situation is the same as before. Huh? Where did everyone go? When I came here with Groza and the Chimera just a few days ago, there were Jaegers patrolling the area. Indeed. If they packed up and left just in a few days, then where did they go? I lean against the window and rub my forehead as I feel a headache coming on. Is there really nothing wrong with these Jaegers? In the past, exterminating was not a difficult task. However, they seem to become more cunning over the past 6 months. The behavior we saw during the request reflects that. Multiple temporary bases, actively send out people to take underground market requests, and can't even conduct organized group withdrawals. A vague feeling that there's something wrong about this turns in my head. It's almost as though someone's directing these crude bandits from the shadows. Fortunately, I have no clues or proof regarding them at the moment. Don't be so down, Commander. Since they're gone, the trope in the settlement will be safe. You should be happy. Well, it's good for Ida, yes. But the bounty that the Commander will receive for investigating the Jaeger is going to be much smaller than expected. You don't hold back, do you? Ah, you're right. Sorry, Commander. Didn't think about that. Still, there's no need to worry. With the agreements it's been loosened, Monsoon will help you out on the missions as long as you get to stay on the Elmo. In short, you don't have to worry about starving us around. Is that so? I'm looking forward to that. Me too. All sorts of fun stuff on the Elmo. A lot of old friends. Well, not just the guys from Griffin, but lots of new friends too. We'll be able to make new friends too, right? Jang tightens her grip on the steering wheel. Her eyes sparkle as she fantasizes what the future holds. Xiao says nothing, only listening quietly. Man, I want to head back to the campsite right now and see the look on Big Sis's and Faye's face when I tell them the agreement been loosened up. Hold on tight, Commander. I'm putting pedal. Oh God! Who let you drive? Jiang mutters the agreement to herself as she speeds all the way back. Soon, the jeep lurches to a halt. We're at the campsite. Commander, we're arrived. Jiang eagerly dismounts and runs up to Dai and Faye nearby. The flurry of wild gesticulation follows tells me, even without hearing her words, that she's informing them about the agreement. Sure enough, Dai and Faye run up to me for a moment. Commander, is what Jiang said really true? Is the agreement annulled? I nod. Strictly speaking, it was because the terms have been loosened, and that, after the previous assistance to 404 concluded, you were allowed to stay on the Elmo. So, if you don't mind following me on my wanderings, you can come back to the Elmo and stay with me permanently after this contract is finished. That's wonderful! I've been looking forward to this day when I can officially join the Elmo. To the day where I can return to your side for good, Commander. Dai strokes the pendant on her wrist. Me too. I'll follow you anywhere, Commander. Doesn't matter where you go. Monsoon has always traveling after all. Alright, since you're willing, I have no reason to refuse you. However, seems your leader still hasn't chimed in yet. I look towards Zhao. She's been keeping her distance ever since she got down from the vehicle. Zhang and the others look at her expectantly, expecting Zhao to respond with a smile. Dai's expression is colored further with mild concern and worried. I expected, Zhao simply toys with her knife she's holding. Expression cool, ill, and even as ever. We haven't reached the deadline for the suggestion yet, so my answer is the same as before. So, you want me to join the Elmo? I will need to consider it, but I will not stop you. Ha? What's there to consider? Commander is super reliable, you know. Don't need to overthink it, Zhao. You know, I've always been waiting for this to happen. The air turns chilly. Dai steps forward and carefully ventures a question. I've never asked this before, but is there a reason why you're reluctant to join us? Zhao doesn't answer, simply continuing rubbing the handle of her knife. Upon Zhao's reaction, I sighed internally. Probably won't get the answer out of her today. After patting others on the shoulder, I chuckled quietly. Well, she needs to think about it. Then we don't have to press her for answers today. The trope will be performing for a while. You can always decide once the contract is done. Good job, Commander.
404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
Alright, number 7. The week-long schedule is slowly winding down. During this time, Viagers are still active in the wilderness, but they don't harass the trope again. The attack Ida feared does not take place, and Trope's performance receives glowing reviews. On the night before the final performance, the trope's campsite is brightly lit. Members of the trope are gathered in the heart of the campsite, nervously preparing for the last show. When daybreak comes, I shall go with. Ida, mind your blocking. Sorry about that. Let's do it over. When daybreak comes, I shall go with the wind. Onward to a kingdom of the faraway clouds. Ida, your delivery was just too stiff. I'm sorry. After the second reminder, Ida stumbles a little bit as she gets to her feet. Even the most clueless actor would be able to tell right now she's not in the right state of mind for a rehearsal. The director sighs and pats Ida on the shoulder. Relax. If you're not feeling well, then go rest up a little. We'll go over the other portions first. Thank you. Ida nods to the director in gratitude and slinks away from the stage. Zhao rises from her seat, ate in the audience, and slightly follows her. Miss Ida, when humans are bothered by something, do you feel better when they talk to the holes in the trees? So, is there something bothering you? Why not try and tell me about it? If nothing more, my color scheme is 70% to a tree hole. I figure I'd be able to provide 70% of the functionality of one. Ida freezes up and carefully looks Zhao up and down before bursting into laughter. Is this how you always comfort your friends? Not always, but right now it seems to be working. Thank you. I do feel a little bit better now. Upon seeing that the sadness in Ida's eyes have abated a little, Zhao walks over to Ida's side. Are you feeling a little anxious about tomorrow's show? Yeah, I believe Farrah's parents won't give up that easily. Miss Ida, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but as an actor, your sole duty is to deliver your performance. Ensuring that the show is safe in Monsoon's duty. Got it. Thank you, Miss Zhao. Oh, there's hit spacebar. I'm sorry for rejecting you to the terrible performance just now. No matter what happens tomorrow, I'll perk myself up and properly prepare. Ada smiles and nods to Zhao, then turns to head back to the stage. Zhao watches Ida leave, nothing the extra spring in her step. Then she returns to the audience seats. After the rehearsal, in the corner of the camp, having confirmed that our various tasks and preparations are complete, Zhao is about to head back to the rest when she suddenly feels a weight on her shoulder. Hehe, ambush successful. Fix this! Faye, come quick! Having managed to grab Faye Zhao's shoulder, Zhang excitedly waves others over. Soon, Dai and Faye have arrived by flanking Zhao. Faye, faced with their ambush, Zhao raises her hands in recognition. I don't recall a pre-show celebration on the cards. No, it's not really a celebration. We just have a few questions for you. Faye rubs her head, and her expressions turn serious. That is to say, what do you think of the commander? What the fuck is this? Why are we opening up with this question? Yeah, we're all in a rush when we came to help the commander out, so you probably didn't have much of a chance to talk to him. But now, it's just us, Monsoon, and the commander. Plus, you've been with him for so long already. Surely you might have made up your mind about him by now, right? The last show is tomorrow. Zhao, no matter what you're planning to do, we won't sit back and talk things through Would you sit down and talk things through with us before making your final decision? Yeah, I hate you just up and left in Elmo without saying anything. I'm sorry. I was planning to make my decision after the commission was complete. I couldn't discuss things with the commander. I didn't think it would cause so much trouble for everyone. Who says you're troubling us? Zhao, you're always decisive in whatever most of the time. Why are you all hesitant now? We've known each other for so long, so you can just tell us if you got anything on your mind. Zhao, you can tell us directly if you have any doubts or questions about the ammo. After all, Monster's been through a lot over the past few years, and we've faced it all together, haven't we? Yeah! In the past, you were always the one to come up with a plan when we ran into trouble. Now you've got trouble, so you should tell us about it. We're a team after all. Thank you. I'll be frank then. It is true. I have some reservations about joining the Elmo. However, none are related to Elmo or Monsoon, but rather my past. Zhao looks down at the scars on her hand. A moment later, she looks up at Dai. I want my choice to be meaningful, so I'm sorry, but I can't give you my answer right now. Dai steps forward and gently grasps Xiao's hand. It's alright. We didn't approach you tonight to ask you to do anything. We just wanted to tell you that you've always been a great leader for us all these years. Yeah, you might have it out for me, but you're actually pretty trustworthy as a squad leader. The exact opposite thing would be said by fucking Messi and Klukai. It's hilarious. Monsoon might not be here if it wasn't for your ideas. Yes, I agree. I wouldn't follow orders from just anyone. So, we sure hope that we can continue traveling with you. I hope so too. And I will also seriously consider the matter of our future. After noting Monsoon is almost done talking, I head over and knock lightly on a nearby tent pole. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to talk about the campsite defensive posture for tomorrow. What do you have in mind, Commander? I believe in the Villegas have not given up on the big fish that this trope represents. Those two attacks on Ida were coincidences, merely probes. Zhao nods in agreement. Yes, they were using them to determine how well the trope was protected. Indeed. While the mental image of disciplined Villegas sounds strange, if they were really planning on making a big haul, they would probably hold back until the tour was over and the trope's temporary guards were gone. I don't want anything to the trope happen to the trope after we leave. Rather than leave those Villegas free to threaten others, I'd rather look for a chance to put an end to the matter once and for all. Was this why you kept sending Miss Groza out after the Villegas over the past few days? And here I thought you were going to mind your own business. Come on, it's not likely bounty hunters only have collapsed pieces on their minds. And besides, I also want to... A serious gunshot and explosions outside the campsite interrupts my words and shatter the silence of night. Run! It's the Villegas! The Villegas are here! So they came after all. Ladies, prepare for a fight. Oh my goodness. Oh! Faye! Faye was assigned to clear the audience out. It's eliminate the remaining enemies. Damn, okay. So decisive like fucking Groza, Jesus. The Villegas who attacked the settlement was slightly beaten by Monsoon and Groza's combat efforts. However, campsite was caught in the crossfire. Much in the intricate backdrops and stages destroyed. Anything even remotely valuable in the backstage area has vanished. The campsite is in an uproar. Trope managers frankly shuttling between the stage, the admin tent, and the costume racks, totaling up the losses while Monsoon and I help her out. Just then, an actor runs over. Manager! Manager! It's bad! Ida's gone! Huh? Tell me, be clear about it. What happened? The cast was doing a head count just now and we can't find Ida. After that, someone mentioned that they saw several Villegas going after Ida when the campsite was being attacked. And also some was guiding the Villegas. I think it was the people who came to cause trouble for us earlier. Wait a minute. Are you saying those troublemakers earlier were inside men for the Villegas? And that Farrah's parents hired the Villegas to attack the trope? No, I don't think so. But you can figure how Farrah's died, there's no way her family would hire the Villegas. The underground markets are chaotic and hard to manage. It's most likely that the commission to cause trouble here was coincidentally taken by the Villegas. The Villegas needed an inside man. That's right. The tour was heavily publicized, so the Villegas have probably had their eye on the trope for some time now. The commission put out by Ferris' family gave them the perfect excuse to sneak around the campsite without arousing suspicion. Would the Villegas actually do that? Don't they only know how to wave their guns around? That'd normally be the case, but since the Villegas have grown a brain over the past few months, commissions involving them have been gotten harder and harder to complete as a result. While they still fairly amateurish in combat, the ability to strategize does seem to have evolved a little. Damn it! Then what should we do? We... Said a ringtone from a comm terminal interrupts the manager's words. A manager frowns and picks up. Instantly, a girl screamed from the other side of the connection. Only a second, the girl's voice cuts off, replaced by a short-tempered voice. Heard that? Your lead actress in my hands. Bring her ransom by tomorrow. I'm warning you now. Don't try any fancy shit with me or the chick dies. The call cuts off, and the campsite instantly goes silent. But soon, a cacophony of voices erupts from all around. Panic swallows the entire trope. That was Ida's voice. The Villegas kidnapped Ida. Director, manager, what should we do? Can we really trust the Villegas? What if? Amidst the clamor, the theater manager walks over to me. I look a little helpless in her eyes and tightly squeezes my hand. Please, please save Ida. We're trying to get a ransom together, but we can't let anything happen to her, Ida again. Alright, calm down, no matter what. Before I could finish, Zhao walked up to help us. Commander, allow me to handle the rescue. I see enough kidnapping to last me a lifetime. Those gonna only know how to bully the weak and torment others. I don't know how the people live in the contamination zones, but stepping in when I see injustice being done is how I live. And now that I've seen it happen, no way I can turn a blind eye to it. I don't know that, but please wait a moment. Zhao's eyes narrows as I stop her. Don't get me wrong, Zhao, calm down and listen to me. I massage the space between her eyes as I take her guarded attitude and suspicions. Look like she's really misunderstood me. Then I shake my head and look in the eye. Zhao, I feel the same way as you. There's no other way I simply stand aside after seeing something like this. That has nothing to do with being a bounty hunter. That said, stopping you comes from my experience as a bounty hunter. I believe there's a better solution to this matter.
4マリオを敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
That's crazy how the mission is called The Curtain Rises. Oh my god! Inside the darkened corner of the Vega warehouse, I secretly slip a thin razor blade out between my layers of clothing. I remember the calm look in Zhao's face as she slipped into my sleeve. I carried this blade with me all this time, just like situations like this, when I'm trapped among the enemy. Since you're willing to take the risk, Commander, I'll give you this blade. The blade is sharp, so be careful not to cut your fingers when you retrieve it. I feel the blade and take advantage of the fact that nobody's there to cut the ropes binding me. Soon, the ropes fall apart behind me, and I work my shoulders to free myself. As I tuck the razor blade back into my thick sleeve, it nicks my fingertip, and coolness oozes from the point of contact. Yeah, it's really sharp. I ignore the pain in my finger and fish out the micro-communicator in my collar before calling Zhao. There's hardly any delay before the call goes through. The plan is successful. I'm inside the Villegas warehouse. Since your definition of success is pretending to be defeated and captured so they can throw you into the warehouse while trussed up like a turkey. Hey, it beats mindlessly charging in. This place seems lightly guarded, and the rope work is sloppy. Looks like the Villegas aren't very experienced. Oh, yeah. Your knife was really useful too. As long as you're safe. Have you found Ida yet? Yep, Ida's in another corner. I think she's fainted. I'll go wake her up now. Wait for my signal. How are you and Jiang? Ready to move on your signal. Alright. I hang up and quietly approach the corner where Ida's lying. Ida's face is pale as she lies on the cold ground. Her hands tied behind her and her tired body is curled up into a ball. I bend down and start cutting her bonds. Then I pat her shoulder before calling her name. Ida! Ida, wake up! After a while, Ida weakly opens her eyes. Upon seeing me, she grabs a hold of my sleeve. Her eyes go wide and filled with tears. Oh god. Please help me. It's them! Uh-oh. Zhao and I hide behind a pile of rocks, keeping a watchful eye on nearby Viega encampment. The sounds of merriment and casual laugh come within. Seems like they're celebrating their recent victory. Jiang pouts in annoyance as she crouches behind a rock pile bored out of her mind. Ah! I'm so bored! Why hasn't the commander given the signal yet? Be patient. Eh? Weren't you a little butthead of the commander yesterday? Why are you willing to listen to him all of a sudden? That was then. This is now. Zhao's eyes did not leave their Viagra campsite, even as she delivers her flat reply. Oh, I get it now. You realize how trustworthy the commander is, haven't you? Zhao remains silent, but a command suddenly comes up the comm channel. Zhao, go. Acknowledged. Now this place looks snazzy as hell though, what the fuck? Be infiltrated the camp and poised to initiate an attack. Situation over there, what's the situation over there with the boss? Everything's currently going smoothly, let's begin as planned. Understood. Jiang, Dai, initiate the attack! After sending transition to Zhao, I instruct Ida to hide in a corner. I ensure Ida's well hidden and take cover behind a nearby heap of junk. Gun ready in case we're attacked from the outside. Soon, gunshots fill the air outside the warehouse. The gunfire drives closer. Someone kicks the main door and a familiar form rushes in. Commander! Ida! We're here! Zhao swiftly rushes over to our side, then nods to us. Jiang and Dai are covering us outside. Come with me. There's a side path we can use to leave the encampment. No, can leave now. At least not like this. And what is the reason for that? I took a commission for Ida. Zhao raises an eyebrow. Time is tight. I'll cut to the chase. Just now, Ida told me that she recognized these Viegers. Yes, I did, Miss Zhao. I've seen them before. Ida's suddenly filled with anger. As she tightens her grip of Zhao's arm. Her voice is trembling. Last night, when I was brought here, I saw the leader, the Viega leaders. He's wearing a necklace. I remember that necklace was a birthday gift from her family. Ferris cherished it dearly. She wore it everywhere. That's why I'm certain of it. He was the one who led the Viega attack. The Viegers that attacked me and Ferris. Correct. And so Ida made a request of me. She wants to wipe these Viegers out. To avenge Ferris. I accepted. And now, Zhao, you have a choice. Are you willing to join me in clearing the nest of Viegers? Of course, it's gonna be more dangerous just escorting Ida out of here. For the first time, there's almost imperceptible smile on Zhao's face. It'll be my pleasure. Nice.
404を敵に回したのが運の尽きよ。
I will stay alive. So, it's your old scrap metal causing havoc in my camp. Go! Everyone get in there. Knock this guy's head off for me. Well, you're asking the wrong guy to knock someone's head off. Zhao, keep a tight watch on them. Don't let even one of these scrubs escape. Yeah! Let them know! Ah, understood. As soon as I saw Commander said scrub, like, ah yeah, I already know. This yeah. Let them know. Zhao and I coordinate with each other and coordinate with Viega leader. What should we do now? There are no police stations in the contamination zones. We do it the bounty hunter way. Either you hold your peace forever, or you leave no regrets behind. Though, when it comes to scum like that, I won't be able to live with myself if I spare them. A single gunshot fills the air, and the bulky man wearing the necklace slumps against the wall. Contract closed. I recovered the necklace from the man and indicate Zhao that we should leave. Zhao seems a little pleased with herself right now. Let's go. I turn and head out to the encampment. It's time we return this to Ida. 2 days after the Viegers were eliminated, the Italia troop campsite is abuzz with activity. Tonight, Daybreak's oath will be performed in the settlement for the last time. Night has just fallen, and temporary seatings packed with audience members who have come here from nearby settlements. As the show progresses, sounds of applause and sniffling come from the seats. When the final scene arrives, all eyes on the girl on the center stage, who is eliminated by the spotlights. I'm sorry, my very best friend. Please forgive me for bidding you farewell. For last night, I received word from the goddess of dawn. She told me that when daybreak comes, I should go with the wind, onward to a kingdom of the faraway clouds. But, my dear, beloved friend, do not be saddened by this parting, for you know that it has always been my wish to become that faint ray of light that illuminates the dark night. As she recites her lines, a twinkle of light blossoms in her hand. She holds up the radiant mote and descends upon the stage into the audience seats, until finally she arrives before a man and a woman. And so from now on, as long as you see the sky at dawn, remember that ray of daybreak, and know that I wish for you well. Let this necklace be the proof of our pact, no matter where you may be, so as long as you need it, it shall become as the daybreak and defend you. And with that, Ida gently lifts her hands and deposits Faye's necklace into the couple's hands. Then Ida bows deeply to the two of them. I'm so sorry. Zhao and I watched the end of the show from an obstructive corner of the audience. After seeing Ida finally embraces Faye's parents, even Zhao's cool expressions seem to have softened a little. A good ending, don't you think? It's good that the misunderstanding could be resolved. It was also good that you were willing to testify about the evil deeds of the Vaegers. Otherwise, Faye's parents would have been found a tale hard to believe. And so, does that mean our misunderstanding has also been resolved? Can you tell me about your reluctance to join us? Zhao is silent for a while, then she nods. Before joining Monsoon, I was used to traveling alone and dealing with any dangers I encountered by myself. But after becoming a Monsoon, Dai, Jiang, and Faye became my friends, and traveled together with them with the same wish in our hearts, just like Ida and Ferris. I once thought Monsoon could keep traveling like this forever, but everyone kept talking about fighting their commander. They were still limited by that agreement, so I believe that the day when they would do so was still far off. Thus, I did not think about so much about it. What happened once the agreement ended, or what would I do? So, when I realized that there really was a chance for them to go to the Elmo, I hesitated. If everyone else in the band chose to return to Elmo, then what about me? Zhao pauses for a moment. She rushes her fingers over her knife and looks at me. The member of Monsoon often told me about you and your shared past. So before I make my decision, I would like to know, what made you walk this path of self-exile? To my knowledge, we are not compelled to become a wandering bounty hunter. Oh, me? I look up at the sky, and too many scenes from the past flash before my eyes. What exactly was it that made me choose my present course? I think of the flame from the explosion and that one-sided farewell. In order to give all that some sort of meaning, I finally chose to sign the agreement, as much as I loathed its terms and the fact I had done so. As my emotions fly into disarray, I shake my head, and gaze settles on the nearby stage. Perhaps it was for these people, Ferris, Ida, and the audience members watching the play, just like you. Perhaps I could have chosen a better paying way of life, but if I had, I would always be taking and carrying out orders. By boarding the Elmo, perhaps I could follow my heart and help the people who had needed saving. But then again, maybe I just did it for myself. So, I'm sorry, can't answer your question, I still haven't accomplished anything yet. Is that what you wanted to hear? Zhao remains silent in the night shrouds that poker face of hers. She looks down at the scars on her hand, and there's a vague sense of confusion in her eyes. Once, I simply did as I was told, never questioning the righteousness of my actions or the lack of thereof. After that, I learned that I could choose for myself. And so, no, you chose Monsoon. Not just Monsoon. When I joined Monsoon, I also chose the future I wanted. So, what kind of feature will you choose now? Hey, hold up. Nah. Sick. Hold up. I did not get my sniffing tool! Ah, bad! There we go. Hey. Please work. There we go. Zhao looks up. She stares into my eyes, then the confusion from before is now gone. Commander, I do not like Dai and the others. Or I'm not like Dai and the others. I've not experienced the days of fighting by your side in Griffin. That is why I cannot immediately decide to board the Elmo and follow you. But of course, I would like all the adults who join the Elmo to do so of their own free will. However, this commission was allowed to get the measure of your character. And since my friends on Monsoon Squad trust you completely, I think I try to trust you too, Commander. In the past, I chose to travel with Monsoon Squad. Now, I think I choose a future of traveling with the Elmo. Surely a journey with you should be a pretty good one. Am I wrong? Well, let's hope so. With that, Zhao watches me quietly. Well, in terms of doing good and stopping evil, it ought to be pretty good. Upon hearing my answer, Zhao barely smiles that barely visible that Zhao smiles. That barely visible smile again. Then from now on, the tactical Zhao shall join the Elmo. Yeah! Here's to the jolly cooperation, Commander. Yeah! Let's go! It is late at night. The bustling crowds have receded. Actors have cleared their costumes and props and are taking a break, leaving the campsite silent at last. Just as I'm about to return to my tent, I hear a familiar and gentle voice behind me. Commander, do you have a moment? Dai, what are you doing here? Is there something the matter? I came to return you this. Dai smiles as she approaches me. She extends a hand to me, feeling the intricate pendant in her palm. The thunderbolt-shaped symbol on the pendant gleams in the night. That's... My thoughts return to a time several years ago. It is before I officially reunited with Dai. A certain request I held to the Elmo traveling to the Green Zone. There, I received Dai's signal, a blue ribbon brought back by Groza after she returned from a mission in a satellite city. Without news, without a message, we were separated by just a purification zone. These were limitations imposed by the agreement, and also a sign of Dai's care and concern. At Groza's suggestion, I had her pass Dai the pendant. There was a keepsake that he had Miss Groza give me. I still remember the words she told me that day. Bathed in lightning and rain, waiting silently amidst the storm. The blue-white flash shall one day be seen. That is the origin of the name. Saint Elmo's Fire! I know now. I know the meaning. That is the origin of the name Elmo. And also the promise you made with me. Is it not, Commander? I carried this with me during our time apart. Got me through the countless lonely days when my thoughts were of you and give me the strength to keep moving forward. Thanks to its existence, I always believe that one day I'll be reunited with you, Commander. You're right. The rain and storm have passed. Welcome to the Elmo, Dai. Oh fuck! Wait, give me a moment. I feel my hands tearing up. I look toward Dai. Just as I was about to retrieve the pendant, she suddenly pulls her hand back. She holds it in her palm, but looking intently upon it, as though she was caressing it with her gaze. Huh? Commander, truth is, I have a request to make of you. Though we are reunited, I have always etched the meaning of this pendant onto my heart. If I might, can I continue to hold on to it? I always cherish the spirit in which it was given. Still holding the pendant, Dai gazes into my eyes, her face blushing a faint pink. Of course. Shortly afterwards in the Elmo, several dolls who had traveled from afar are now gathered at the foot of the massive vehicle. The twin-tailed girl tugs on the hand of the blue cloth girl, hopping around excitedly in front of the Elmo. Damn, they're so happy. I'm so happy, big sis. We returned to the Elmo again. Oh yes, I didn't expect we'd be able to come back. And now, our dear Liu Zhao has returned with us. Yep, Monsoon is back together again. Is that really alright? The agreement. Relax. The commander said that our friend in the NFA, the Non-Military Forces Administration, namely Miss Kalina, will help us take care of it. You won't have to worry about the paperwork. So let's enjoy our reunion with the commander. Wow, is that the commander coming out? I'm feeling so nervous all of a sudden. Well, that's unusual. To think the day would come with Monsoon's best drummers blushing. Wow! Zhao, you're still making fun of me at all of this time. I was simply trying to add the mood, and an opportunity presented itself. But I guess it worked out pretty well, no? With a wow, Jiang runs to the Elmo. Dai follows the recognition. Faye strides into the Elmo too. Xiao walks at the back of the group at a leisurely pace. What does the future hold for Monsoon Squad? Xiao looks up, and the person at Elmo who's waiting for them. Perhaps he will give her the answer. Hey! That was good. That was great. I love this event so much. I love it. Oh my god, this event was godlike. That was great. I'll talk as I collect all of these things. I love it. Dude. I was trying my best not to cry near the end, dude. Oh my god. Like, I only played the game. I don't know how many chapters DFL 1 had right now. But I remember I was able to catch up to the latest chapter. And not realizing that something like this happened? Oh, dude, it got me tearing up, man. I'm so happy. What the fuck? Ugh. Well, that's gonna be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, watch out, because I will be doing when Springfield comes out, as well as Perry. I will be doing a summon video for Springfield, old and Perry, as well as the event force, as well as the big event separately. Meaning you'll get like 3 videos out of it. I don't know how, and hopefully I'll be able to edit all the videos I have in the Frontline backlog done. So that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, I'll see you guys another time. Take care and stay beautiful. Peace.